Hey, what up, peeps? Welcome back to the flip side. Back in the flip mobile. On the way home from my minimum wage slave job. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I am here to talk about is something that I'm noticing, right? I got coworkers. Some of them go around and pity for themselves, like, oh, I hate my time. Rah, rah, rah. And, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to complain, but when it gets to a point where it's just like constantly, like going around and pity for yourself, like alluding to like how much you hate your life and how much your life sucks and your job sucks, like, I always tell them the Greek mythos that is Sisyphus. Now, the story of Sisyphus is this guy, and like he did something really, really bad, and the Greek gods punished him for it. And they sentenced him to an eternity of pushing some round rock up a mountain. But the funny thing about that is Sisyphus can never get the rock at the top of the mountain. It keeps sliding all the way down, and he has to start all over again. And he did it so many times to where he's fine with how his life is. Like, he's just accepted the fact that, well, I'm just going to be doing this all the while, and he didn't end up hating his life. He didn't end up hating himself or anybody else, but he fell in love with his work. Now, I know what you're saying. So you just like your job, and you don't like other people saying that they hate their job. No, and I don't even like my job either. I think it's bitch work. But anyway, Sisyphus fell in love with his work because he figured out that it gave him purpose, right? If he was just sitting around doing nothing, he would be existing for nothing. There'd be no substance to his life whatsoever. He would be a worthless NPC just walking around, doing nothing, accomplishing nothing. And he's grateful for his never-ending and impossible task because it gives him purpose. Without purpose, he's nothing. So, if his purpose is to roll a ball up a hill or a mountain or whatever, then that's what he's going to do. And he's going to keep doing it and doing it so that he has purpose to his life. And he's happy. And I think a lot of people in my generation don't have purpose in their life. They're just sitting around doing nothing, or they're barely trying, and they're using the results of their almost worthless efforts to kind of make assumptions that, oh, it's over. I guess I can't accomplish anything. It's cooked. I'm just, it's over. Right? The black pill, all that kind of stuff. Oh, it's over. It's never over. It's never over. I don't think you just don't have a purpose yet that makes you happy. You haven't found something that you can really put your life effort. What is this? Oh my gosh. What was I saying? You never found something that you can put your heart and soul into, or something that you're content with, something that fulfills you, something that gives you a sense of worth, something that you can do all day and come home and feel like, I did that. And I'm going to wake up and do it tomorrow. Because guess what? It's really not that bad. You know? And thank God for what I do, that I'm able to do it. And I'm not saying that you should get a shitty ass minimum wage job and love it. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, be grateful for what you have. The shitty job that you might be just doing, even though you hate it, it's giving you purpose. You know? Sometimes other people even depend on you to get your shitty ass job done that you hate. So, and it's better than nothing, right? You can make garbage money and be thankful for it. Because otherwise, if you didn't work that shitty job that you hate, you'd have nothing. You know, it's working a shit ass job with a shit pay is better than having nothing, right? Would you rather have money, or would you rather have nothing? I'd rather have money, as much as I can get, at least. So, another thing I want to say is that people with purpose are probably the most dangerous. You know, those school shooter type of people. What did they have? They had nothing. They didn't do anything. And you know, you can say, well, they had mental illnesses, you know, they were struggling with things internally. Everybody struggles with something internally. Newsflash. You might not have a mental illness, but everybody struggles with some kind of internal issue that they have. Some kind of trauma that they're dealing with. Some kind of depression. Some kind of issue. You know what I'm saying? So, my point is, they're the most dangerous because they didn't really have anything to their name. They didn't have a sense of purpose. They didn't have a reason to get up in the morning. I guess they had one reason to get up in the morning and to go shoot a school. But anyway, that's besides the point. So maybe if these people had something to put their purpose to, then maybe things would have turned out better. Whoa! Golly! Scared the shit out of me. Dark road, man. I got my lights on and then I see somebody walking. I don't know why that scared the fuck out of me. But, because you usually... What is he doing? Old man is walking down a dark road by himself. No lights on. Like, I would not have been able to see him if I didn't have my brights on. What the fuck? What is he doing? He's gonna get himself killed. Anyway. So that's basically it. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. That guy freaked me out. And frankly, I'm a bit concerned for his safety. But probably he'll be okay. Everything around him is fenced in anyway. So, yeah, that's basically it. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Man. Oh yeah, one more thing. A boy, and this is like a African quote from like Africa. I think it goes something like this. A boy who is cast out by the village will... a boy who is not embraced by the village We'll burn it down to feel its warmth. And that's exactly what happened to these deranged people. The deranged youth, which I feel very bad for. People that are supposed to be fulfilling their potential in life. It's totally gone. Totally gone. Wasted potential. That is so sad. So sad to see that something is wrong with these people and they didn't get the help that they needed, or they didn't do the work themselves that they needed to do independently. And it costed society lives. Many lives. And that is why I tell people to be more like Sisyphus. Because if you had nothing, you would feel even worse. Even if you don't know it. Even if it doesn't feel like that. So, that's about it. I'm going to go in and have a nice dinner. And with all that said, I will see you all next time back on the flip side. Peace. And here's some new exciting scenes from the next episode of The Legend of Zelda.